Hi guys, today we are going to be talking about creating a plan for solving problems. And we will do this using the four-step plan to solve problems. And we use this plan to solve multi-step problems. So let's begin. Let's look at this four-step plan. It should be pretty much review. You've probably heard something very similar many years now from all of your math teachers. But let's look at this four-step plan. First, we need to understand the problem. So we're going to read through the problem quickly. Just ask ourselves, what facts do I know? What do I need to know? Is there enough information? Is there too much information in this problem? I'm going to come up with a plan. I go back, I reread the problem again, then determine what information I actually have. Let's choose how we're going to solve it. And there are many strategies to doing this. You could write an equation. You can write an expression. You could draw a diagram. You might need to use manipulatives to solve it, blocks or tiles. And then we always want to estimate some sort of reasonable answer that we think we might get so that when we go back afterwards, after we solve it, we want to make sure we get something close to what we thought we should. Because if we don't, then maybe we need to go back and check our plan again. Then we use our plan and we solve it. And finally, check our work. Go back. Did we get something similar to what we thought we might get? Did I really pull out the right information? Is my answer reasonable? Does my answer make sense in the problem? Did I forget to put units with my problem? So you're going to check that answer, solve the problem again in a different way if you're not sure if you're correct. So let's look at an example. Okay, a tower of a free fall ride in an amusement park is 251 and a half feet tall. The ride begins to free fall from 18.9 feet below the top of the tower, and brakes are applied at 41.4 feet from the bottom. How long is the free fall portion of the ride? So we need to figure out exactly how far are you actually falling. So we've read through the problem and we need to figure out what we understand. Well, we know the tower is 251 and a half feet tall and that the ride starts at 18.9 feet from the top and ends 41.4 feet from the bottom. So we have this little portion here that we're not falling and this little portion here that we're not falling. So what we really need to know is how far do we actually fall? So let's create a plan. Here is a diagram that you could have drawn where you would subtract the heights of the ride from the heights of the tower. So here is how far the ride is. I don't know how far that is, but I know that I'm not falling this 41.4 feet and I'm not falling this 18.9 feet. So I would subtract that from the total height of the ride, which is 251 and a half feet. So now that I've got my plan, I'm going to solve it. So I can take that total height and subtract the top part to get 232.6 feet. Then take that answer and subtract 41.4 feet that I don't fall at the bottom to get 191.2 feet, which is the free fall. That makes sense because if I'm thinking about this, I would estimate 250 feet minus 40 would give me 210, minus another 20 would give me about 190 feet. So I do have a pretty good answer. It's close to what I estimate that I probably should get. But I'm going to check my work anyway. And excuse the bell. So since 20 plus 40 plus 190 is 250, that's a reasonable answer. Now it's your turn. Go ahead and refer back to the example 2 that we were just on. How much longer is the entire drop than the free fall portion? So you might want to go back to example 2. We'll look back here at that, rewind the tape a little bit, and ask yourselves how much longer is the entire drop, then the free fall portion. Okay, let's check your work. You should have gotten 60.3 feet. And we will discuss this further in class tomorrow. If you need more practice, go back to the unit guide. I have put some problem solving practice and also some skill practice with the key. So feel free to go back and try out about 3 of those problems just to make sure that you really understand this, and check your work with the key, and we will discuss it tomorrow in class. You can go back and watch any portion of this video as many times as you need to, but don't forget to WSQ in your composition book.